Okay, so sometime at the end of last year, I believe in September, I recorded a video about the most impactful chapter in Jujutsu Kaisen. At the time, and I still believe it to be true, is chapter 214. Let's see how those 48 chapters have been to Yuji. First, let's go down here and take a look at the video. Man, these thumbnails, look at... Here we go.
Can someone check on Yuji?
Okay.
There he is.
Oof.
Okay.
Holy look at all this damage! Look
Character
at all
under
this
development.
Look at all this
And
damage!
I guess first let's look at Yuji's developments. What has he gained since chapter 214? He now has RCT, blood manipulation through eating the death paintings. Black Flash King landed, what, like 7 in one chapter. He has the Shrine Curse technique. Does look different. Remember, your mindset and the visualization you see things does play a part in sorcery. Has simple domain from doing soul swap training with Kusakabe. He also has the capability to weaken the connection between Sukuna and Megami by reaching the space in between their souls, which lowers Sukuna's output. Oh, and did I mention that Yuji's dad, Jin Itadori, is the damn reincarnation of Sukuna's twin? You know, the twin that he ate while still in the womb? Oh, in this panel, once emanating with aura, that is no more, because now I realize it's just the same thing as Ogi, Zen, and Knucklehead ass. What about the things he's lost? Let's do a quick moment to remember those who lost their life in Shinjuku. He lost his teacher. The panel prior to that, he lost his faith in Kusakabe. Some farmer dude who just talked shit so he could go out there and sip the tip of Sukuna. That weird guy who people like even though he either has a ball hanging out or he tugs both nuts in one side of his costume. And yes, I do think he died. I know y'all disagree, but the funniest thing he's ever done was dress for his own funeral. And tucking both balls to one side weirdly creeps me out a little bit more for some reason. Yuji lost his mother. Freaky ass Kenjaku, you backshot god. Lost a foot race, and at the finish line was a cleave waiting for him to happen. And a cleave also took the life of his lawyer. It seems like this list is never ending, because his senior Yuta got cut in half. It isn't all bad though, I just remembered Yuji reconnected with his besto friendo Todo. Ah shit. We lost Choso right before that. Sukuna turned the whole area into a hot pocket. And luckily Yuji was saved, but it was by a sacrifice from Choso. In my opinion, this was possible through a binding vow, and yes, it is my headcanon, technically, but it makes sense. Choso does it out of instinct. It's something he envisions possible. He sacrificed his life to create a barrier that saved his brother's life. Blood is thicker than water, and strong enough to withstand Sukuna's fire go boom arrow. And by the way, that fucking thing is 3 for 3 on death per usage. It's just all doom and gloom. And oh, here we go. As soon as we get Sukuna in the corner, he's opening up his domain. Hold up, Gojo's back. It's all looking up now. A weakened Sukuna now has to fight Gojo again. Oh, he's cooked. Wait, what? What's that? That's Yuta? Oh man, I don't know how Yuji will feel about that, but I mean, let's just be real. Yuji isn't going to turn against Yuta for that sort of thing. Yuji understands the end result of killing Sukuna justifies wild actions. Shit, Yuji said he would eat anything, so there may be a nasty meal in Yuji's future. Anyways, even though it's Yuta, it's still looking good. What the fuck? Sukuna's just throwing Yuji to the side like he isn't the main character or something. Yuji is the main character. Sukuna is just mainly the main character. A lot has happened since 214, and honestly, we really don't know how Yuji is taking everything currently happening. I think that stands for a lot of people because we need more info as well. Yuji was on the brink of his indomitable spirit being scorched to cinder by Sukuna's divine flame, and you can call it plot armor or whatever you would like, but Todo stepping in there to lend reassurance so Yuji can fight on is fine with me, plus that was a gigantic price to pay for that plot armor, if that's how you want to phrase it. Yuji's upbringing is still unknown. We know he was born with a finger sealed inside of him, so there's most likely some shenanigans surrounding Jin Itadori's life and Yuji's early life, obviously. His future is really unclear. I think it makes sense for him to enter the afterlife at the same time as Sukuna, whether it's because he forces Sukuna back in the cage and Yuji Zoltrax himself, or if him and Sukuna enter the afterlife together or some other way. They get the killing blow on Sukuna, but Sukuna manages to take Yuji out with him. I think Yuji would still be fine with both of those, and he would be greeted by his friends and loved ones, not in the real world, but the people that lost their life along the way. Yuji would have a packed airport. Hopefully we would see Nagi Yoshino again. God, Gege, please, one more panel on Nagi. And the shonen landscape, I think that's kind of a bit dark, but it would be a way Yuji is content with. His end goal has always been to get all the fingers and be done with Sukuna, rid the world of him, save so many people's lives, and he loses his life. This has always been the goal. And if he doesn't die, then maybe he does take the merger and acts like a cage for it. With Tengen being a part of the merger, Yuji's understanding of barriers could skyrocket, and ultimately he may take Tengen's place. Would that be something Yuji is okay with? Let me know what you think in the comment section. I personally could see Yuji doing it as an act of service to keep his friend's memory living on by fighting against the curses and making sure none of their deaths were in vain. If he also somehow ends up with Sukuna and the merger coexisting inside of him, maybe the merger eats Sukuna, then Yuji takes in the merger. I think Yuji would think of that position as a cage of his own. Sukuna would remind him every time he gets a chance to about the pain he caused Yuji throughout his time. Only time will tell, but one thing is for sure, and that is Yuji is putting a lot of weight on his shoulders to save Megumi. If Megumi is the person he can actually reach out and save, unlike Junpei and Nobara, I think that would give his existence enough meaning to go out on his own volition. I mean, it's a shame that the main character in my favorite series, I have to view a positive ending is him taking his own life. If it means saving Megumi and getting rid of Sukuna, that is. Been a lot of ups and downs in chapter 214 for Yuji, and the downs just feel so heavy. Yuji will pull through, I have faith in him. This is the current state of Yuji, and he is our main character. It's going to be really interesting to see how Gege chooses to act upon the dynamic of Yuji and Sukuna going forward, while also integrating Yuji's backstory, his origin story, and how that fits with Sukuna and Kenjaku. I appreciate staying for the whole video. Remember, stay normie, stay weeb, shit even in between is fine. Until next time, peace.